Namaskaram. Today I am going to chant Canto 25th, the incarnation as man lion, that is about Narasimha. स्तम्भे घटयतो हिरण्यकशिपो कर्णौ समाचूर्णयनादूर्नज्जग दण्डकुण्डकुहरो घोरस्तवा भूद्रवः श्रुत्वायं किल दैत्यराजहृदये पूर्वं कदाप्य श्रुतं कम्पः कश्चन सम्पपातचलितोऽप्यम्बोजभुर्विष्टरात्. As Hiranyakashipu struck at the pillar, he heard a terrific sound, Tyror, splitting his ears and whirling the whole world from within by its impact. Hearing that hitherto unheard of sound, the Asura king felt an awesome and indescribable shiver within, while even Brahma was startled on his throne in Satyaloka. Daitye dikshu visrishta चक्षपी महासरम्बरम्बिणी स्तम्भतः सम्भूतं न मृगात्मकं न मनुजाकारं वपुस्ते विभो किं भीषणमेतद्भुतमिति व्युदभ्रान्तचिते असुरे विस्फूर्जद्वलोग्रं रोमविकसद्वर्षमा समाजृम्भयत्थाः. O Lord, as the Asuras stared around in great excitement, there burst forth from the pillar a form of thine that was neither of a man nor of a beast. Even as he was revolving in his agitated and awe-struck mind as to what this terrific and wondrous being might be, thou didst grow into a huge form with white, brilliant and forbidding mane of a lion. Tapta swarna sarvanagudurna tatirukshaksham sata kesara protkampa pranikumbitambara jiyata vedam vapuha vyata mahadari sagamukham kangogra valagan maha जिह्वानिर्गमदृश्यमान सुमहा दंष्ट्रायुगो अंगडामरम. Hail unto thy man-lion form with rolling eyes that looked fierce and shining like molten gold, with flying mane and matted locks overcasting the skies, or in the alternative covering his body with wide open mouth resembling an enormous cave, with a fierce quivering tongue looking like a sword, which while rolling out revealed the two terrific molars on either side. Utsarpadvalibanga bhishanahanum हृस्वस्थवीयस्तरग्रीवं पीवरदोषतो गतनखक्रूरांशूदुरोल्बणं व्योमोल्लङ्घे घनाघनोपमगन प्रद्वाननिर्धावितस्पर्धालुप्रकरं नमामि भवतस्त नारसिंहं वपुः. Salutation to thy man-lion form, with cheek rendered forbidding on account of face lines that wrinkled up while roaring, with a short but stout neck, with 100 powerful arms having projecting claws, ferocious and lustrous, with a roaring voice whose terrific bursts reverberating from the skies like thunderclaps, but put the hosts of enemies into fright and flight. नूनं विष्णुरयं निहन्य मुमुति भ्राम्यदङ्गदाभीषणम् दैत्येन्द्रं समुपाद्रवन्तमद्रुतादोभ्यां पृथुभ्यामुम वीरो निर्गलितोऽथ भङ्गफलके गृहन्विचित्रश्रमान् व्यावृण्वन् पुनरापपात् भुवनग्रासोद्यतं त्वामहो He must indeed be Vishnu. I shall kill him now. Resolving thus and whirling a formidable mace, the king of Asuras rushed at thee, but was arrested by being held by thee with thy stout arms. Releasing himself from thy clutches, the Asura took a sword and, displaying marvelous feats of swordsmanship, again rushed at thee, who were in a mood to swallow all the worlds. Bhramyantam ditijangam punarapi prodagраhyadobharyam javadvare atoruge nipatya nakharanavatukaya vaksho bhuvi nirbindana dirgarbha nirbharagalat raktambu badotsavam पायं पायबुदैरयो बहुजगत् संहारि सिंहारवान्. Again grasping quickly by hand the wicked Asura, who was approaching thee with a circling movement, thou didst throw him flat on thy lap at the doorway and tear upon his chest with thy nails, after deeply embedding them within, and then with lion roars powerful enough to shatter the worlds, thou did again and again drink with glee the blood that gushed from the Asura's body. त्यक्त्वा तं हतमाशु रक्तलहरी सिक्तोनं द्वर्षमणि प्रत्युत्पत्य समस्तदैत्यपटलीं चाखाद्यमाने त्वयि भ्राम्यद्भूमि विकम्पिताम्बुदिकुलं व्यालोशैलोत्करम् प्रोत्सर्पत्खचरं चराचरमहो दुःस्तामवस्थां ददौ. Abandoning the dead Asura, thou with thy body bathed in blood and grown into gigantic proportions, did spring up and begin to eat up all the Asuras round about, whereupon all the worlds seemed to whirl, the oceans got turbulent, the mountains trembled, and the celestial luminaries got scattered with the blows of thy matted mane, and chaos seemed to overtake everything. तावन्मासवपाकरालवपुषं घोरान्त्रमालाधरं त्वां मध्ये सभमिदरोषमुषितं दुर्वारगुर्वारवम् अभ्येतुं न शशाक कोऽपि भुवने दूरे स्थिताभिरवः सर्वे शर्वविरिञ्च वासवमुखाः प्रत्येकमस्तोषत. None dared to approach thee as thou didst sit in the assemblage and roar again and again in great wrath, thy body forbiddingly terrific with fat and flesh smeared all over, and with loops of intestines dangling around thy neck. Overawed, all stood away, including Shiva, Brahma, and Indra, and sang thy praise, each by himself from a distance. भूयोऽप्यक्षत रोषदाग्नि भवति ब्रह्माज्ञभालके प्रह्लादे पद्यो नमत्यपभये कारुण्यभाराकुलः शान्तस्तवं करमस्य मूर्धिनि समदाह स्तोत्रैरतोत्कायत स्तस्याकं कामधियोऽपि तेनितवरं लोकाय चानुग्रहम्. Seeing thy rage still unabated, Brahma directed Prahlada, who alone remained fearless, to prostrate at thy feet. Thereupon thou, being overcome by love and compassion, did calm down and place their hands by the way of blessing on the head of the boy, who burst into a hymn of praise and received from thee, unasked, a boon that was for the good of the world. एवं नाटितरौद्रचेष्टितविभो शीतापनीयाभिध श्रुत्यन्तस्फुट गीतसर्वमहिमनत्यन्त शुद्धाकृते तत्तादृङ्ग निखिलोत्तरं पुनरहो कस्तवां परोल्लङ्घयेत् प्रह्लादप्रिय हे मरुत्पुरपते सर्वामयात् पाहि माम्. Thus did thou act a drama of ferocity, though thou art of the nature of absolute purity, possessing all the transcendent greatness described in the Narasimhapani Upanishad. O Lord of Guruvayur, O beloved of Prahlada, thou who art the greatest of all beings, who are unequaled by any others, and who cannot therefore be overcome by anyone else, may thou be pleased to cure me of all my ailments. So the Canto 25th is completed. I will be back with Canto 26th in the coming Thursday. Till then, Namaskaram, Hari Om Tat Sat.